Hey, you got to check out this cool thing behind me here. My friends at Cyrusher were nice enough to send me one of their new electric snowboards. So this thing looks really cool. Just the cool factor on this board is definitely up there. So they've got what I believe is a 300 watt hub motor. The literature on this says 3,000 watts, but of course it's not that. So it's got to be a 300 watt hub drive motor here. Completely waterproof controller. So this can essentially be submerged, I think. Nice connectors on it, nice waterproof connectors. This little tower thing here is for your remote control, and your remote control is over here. So I've got it plugged in now. I'll go ahead and knock that off. But this remote you hold in your hand and you dial forwards for speed. You've got 3 modes on this. So you've got like a beginning mode, which I'll be using today, an intermediate, and a sport mode, which is supposed to be pretty quick. This board will do 25 miles an hour on the snow. Let me show you the bottom here. This thing does weigh a little bit. It weighs about, I want to say 35 pounds, but I'll have to look that up. So it says Ripple on the bottom. But this little wheel sticks through with what is essentially a snowmobile type tread on it. So it looks like a snowmobile track, but it's actually just a wheel. It has a suspension here for the rear wheel. It's got a swing arm, little towers here with shocks. Pretty cool. My thinking on this is that this may not be horribly functional. We're going to find out. But I think, honestly, the board will flex before the swing arm actually moves. I could be wrong. We'll find out. But it seems like there's more flex in the board than there is in this assembly. This board does not come with bindings. I put these bindings on it. And I've got my snowboard boots over here and all of this. So you're probably asking, well, where's the battery? Well, it is this cool little box here. Let me unplug this. So this is your battery here. It's just an aluminum case, but it weighs about 10 pounds. I put it on a scale. And what you're supposed to do, the battery is not waterproof. You don't want to get this wet, whereas everything down here is waterproof. So you're supposed to carry this in a backpack, and that's what I'll be doing today. This battery is connected to the board via this big cable here. So this is in your backpack. This cord comes out of the pack and plugs in down here. Your remote here does have batteries, obviously. It would need that. So it has this USB charge cable here and the little magnetic type connector there. So you plug your USB in to the battery pack and you can charge your remote off of that. Also, what I'll be doing when I take this out for some more testing is I'll take my Crayfuel battery station here. This is the 1,000 watt power station that they make. So if this is fully charged, this will charge this battery at least a couple of times over, and certainly charge the USB all the times that I would want it or anything. So this is a nice thing to keep in your car if you have something like this. So when your batteries get low, you just recharge it right on the spot. You don't have to go find a plug or go back to town or whatever. So I just saw a snowplow go by and they were throwing down sand. So we're gonna put the snowboard here onto my ATV and we're gonna head up the road and see if we can find a place where this will work. We'll try on this first, see how it does. So I've got the board here, I've got the backpack on, my connecting cable is here. There's a button on the controller here that you need to push, and now I'm connected. So I'll just have to get in the bindings and get my remote control out and we'll be good to go. Trick to not bump these buttons. You don't want to do that while you're using this. Here we go. We are off. Very fun. Oh, cool. Barely touching the throttle on this thing, just to try to get used to it, and it's cruising. All right, so here's the hill test for this. They say it'll climb a 15% grade. This is actually a 15% grade. I know the GoPro makes it look a lot flatter than it actually is, but it's a fairly steep hill, and I've already tested it on this. Ran up and down it twice, but we're gonna do it again here, and I'll just show you that it actually, even from a dead stop right at the bottom here, it did very well. So you really need to get your weight back to get that rear wheel to grab, but once you get going, we'll be able to take off here. We're spinning out. As you can see, I kind of fishtailed up the hill here the first time. Second time I did a little better, doing it even better this time. So there's a learning curve to this, but we're going up a steep hill here, and it's doing just fine. It, again, comes all down to snow conditions. So very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, this thing is fun. It's gonna have a little bit of a learning curve. This is my first time out with it, and I'm a little scared to dig my edges in much when there's pavement just an inch below, because I don't want to mess up my edges. But all in all, it actually steers very similar to a snowboard. I did notice that you need to put the majority of your weight on your rear foot when you're taking off from a stop. That allows this to really dig in and get you going. Once you're going, then you're good to go. You can just balance out your weight and ride it like you normally would. So this is really a kick in the butt, and it is surprisingly fast. I'm not sure if I got any of that on video. I did a couple of full power runs a little bit further down the road there, and man, yeah, I think this thing will do 25 miles an hour. It is quick. So very cool. Definitely has potential. Like I said, I can't stress enough that you need to have the right snow conditions. This will not, for example, this board would not work over here in the side where the snow's deep, but over here where they plowed and it's got a little more snow over the top since, this is beautiful. That works really nicely. So super cool. What a fun toy. I believe these are retailing for $24.95, $24.99 right now. So essentially $2,500. I think the more I use this thing, the more fun it's going to be. This is just my first time out and just playing around. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.